Hello and welcome back to the Procom YouTube channel. This is Shane again with another video showing you some features. In particular, we're going to be looking at Avigilon Control Center 5 and how versatile and easy to use it can be. So this is the admin tool. It's just showing us that our server is running. I've created a virtual server with a small partition just for demonstration purposes. I'm going to click on Launch Control Center Client. We're on 5.10.4.6, which is the most up-to-date version as of the end of 2016. I'm going to log into that server, and here you'll notice some familiar views if you've seen our other videos. These are the same cameras that I've used on a couple of other NVRs for tutorials. None of these are Avigilon cameras. These are simply ONVIF compliant cameras, and that's all Avigilon really needs. It may get the full features of the other cameras, I should say Avigilon cameras, but you'll notice there's a tremendous list of brands that it is built to support, and anything that's ONVIF compliant here, it's going to be able to find. So I'm going to punch in the local IP address of the camera that we're going to connect to, which is .202, and the username and password. It's going to find that camera for us. There we are. Let's click Connect. I'm going to put it in the list of our cameras. Click OK. And there we are. So let's go back to our View tab. And there it is. It's the only one that's not bold because, of course, it's not on our view yet. So let's drag it over there. Boom. There you go. Now, I like the way this looks. I've got everything in the order that I like. So let's just save this as a new view. I'm going to call it Home because it is mine. And I'm going to put it in, let's put it in my cameras there. Alright, so now there's the home view. So if I were to close this, and indeed close everything, even the site login, I can open a new view for video. I can double click Home, and there's everything the way I set it up. Now, I can also get a little more fine-tuned with how I customize these views. So if I want to look at, in particular, this front stairway, you'll notice that I can zoom in on that specifically, and you'll see it pop right there to the primary stream. Because by default we're looking at secondary stream, which minimizes bandwidth, but Avigilon will automatically switch to the primary stream on demand as you request it. So that can be my permanent view. In fact, if I want to see an overview of that as well, I can drag that over here, and there's the same camera again, but now I have two different views from the same camera. I can update that saved view, and it'll pop up exactly that way next time. I can even take a good look at my snowblower here for no particular reason. It'll pop into primary stream in a moment. Should. There it is. But also, look at that. I have a name that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense on that one. So I think we should fix that. How should we do that? Well, it seems logical to just right-click. So let's try that. Oh, look. Camera setup. Okay. So let's look at our general settings. And there's our name. Let's change that to, I don't remember what I usually call it, but today I'm going to call it Backdoor. And I'm going to click OK. Now while we're here, let's take a look at what other settings we can do with an ONVIF camera. We've got network settings that we can change as we need to. We've got image and display, where we can make some adjustments, which I won't mess with right now. Compression and image rate. This is very key. This will help you manage your bandwidth, manage the storage space that you're taking. Notice with your keyframe interval, you can increase or decrease your keyframes as you like, and it'll show you the actual time interval that you're dealing with, which is a nice way to visualize what you're doing, and you don't find that on most competitors. And then we can switch to manual recording, but by default, Avigilon is always recording on motion only. So that reduces the total amount of storage space required, and it's very good at it. It isn't laggy on its motion recognition like a lot of other manufacturers. So if we double click on our good camera here, we can again see that by default it's going to a secondary stream, which is why things are a little bit squeezed here. But as soon as I start zooming in, it's going to pop over to that primary stream and give us the full resolution. This is a nice 4 megapixel camera, and we can see all kinds of detail. And what's really nice about Avigilon, you'll notice that as I'm zooming in and out of this planter, the total exposure of the image is actually changing. So here we can't really see any detail down here, but as soon as we start zooming in, Avigilon adjusts the exposure so that we can see full detail, which is very nice. It's adjusting total exposure on the fly, and it'll do it for recorded video as well, not just live. So the full exposure gamut is recorded with every channel. So those are just a few basic features of Avigilon Control Center 5. We'll get a little more in-depth in future videos with some Avigilon cameras that have more features. And we'll look at recorded video and all the ways that you can search. You'll find that this is some of the easiest to use software on the market, and we're very proud to be able to integrate it for our customers. So we look forward to seeing you next time.